Speed Twin, previously known as the Street Twin, is sportier, more compact, and better equipped for 2025. These updates enhance its dynamic capabilities while preserving its visual appeal and beginner-friendly nature. In fact, the revised components make it even more versatile across various riding scenarios. Key mechanical upgrades include a shorter wheelbase, new suspension, lighter wheels, and improved brakes. Additionally, every body panel has undergone some level of refinement, maintaining the bike's Bonneville-inspired heritage. Attention to detail has been elevated, with more vibrant paint options and a modest tech upgrade. The dash now features a sophisticated LCD/TFT combination borrowed from the Speed Twin 1200, offering optional Bluetooth connectivity. Cruise control is available, but as an add-on feature. For riders new to the 2025 Speed Twin, its evolution is immediately noticeable. The engine has been updated to comply with 5 Euro Plus regulations, but retains its output of 64 brake horsepower and 59 pound-ft of torque, ensuring no change in its familiar, rider-friendly behavior. The bike's handling and ride quality have taken a significant step forward. The shorter wheelbase and reduced unsprung weight, achieved through a lighter swing arm and wheels, paired with high-spec Marzocchi USD forks and piggyback reservoir shocks, mark a departure from the more relaxed character of the Bonneville T100. Steering feels more agile and responsive, with improved suspension support that strikes a balance between control and comfort, making it suitable for rough roads and less experienced riders. Braking performance has also been enhanced. A larger disc and radially mounted caliper improve mechanical braking, while an inertial measurement unit, IMU, introduces angle-sensitive ABS and traction control. These advanced systems use refined algorithms to predict grip limits, manage torque effectively, and respond smoothly to sudden traction losses, ensuring a safer and more controlled ride. In summary, the Speed Twin 900 looks better, handles and brakes more effectively, features slightly improved equipment, and retains its signature style and accessibility. It's a well-executed update. The Marzocchi upside-down forks are a standout visual improvement, complemented by larger 43mm stanchions with upgraded internals. While there's no adjustability, the factory settings are well-suited for the typical Speed Twin rider. The twin piggyback Marzocchi shocks follow a similar pattern. Higher spec than before, but offering only preload adjustment, just like the previous model. Twin shocks inherently involve compromises, even on premium retro-inspired bikes like the Payton S1R. Their direct connection between wheel movement and shock stroke requires the dampers to work harder, cycling through greater distances compared to a monoshock with a linkage or a cantilever-style setup. Triumph has struck a commendable balance, providing a setup that offers solid support and clear feedback. This encourages confident riding on twisty back roads and ensures you're well-informed about available grip in less favorable conditions, such as the wet and greasy roads encountered during the winter launch in Spain. Despite occasional moments of reduced grip, the suspension's feedback was sufficient to keep the entire riding group safe, even on slick, dew-covered mountain roads. While the shocks can deliver the occasional thump over large bumps or dips, it's never excessively harsh. They also rebound quickly, maintaining composure through successive compressions, though they may occasionally spring back slightly if pushed aggressively. While the Speed Twin 900 isn't designed for aggressive riding, it proves to be a capable and entertaining machine on B-roads. If you decide to ride with a bit more intensity, it can handle it with surprising competence and flair. Braking is better, but a single disc stopping 216 kilograms wet, which means all fluid and a 90% full tank, can't realistically be an eyeball-popping setup. It's quite gentle at the first touch, but squeeze harder and it'll pull up without causing too much alarm. If you're a back brake user, if not, why not? It has enough fine control and power to be useful to make small corrections to lines as well as helping at slow speed. The ABS has better manners thanks to the new electronics. Rather than the clumsy release/apply/release response of the basic system it had before, it now moderates in a gentler way at what it believes to be the limit of grip. We'd argue it's still a little premature, and it could probably pin the front tire down harder before invoking safety protocol, but any improvement is welcome. Finally, new Michelin Road Classic tires are an improvement over the Pirelli Phantom Sports Comp fitted before. They aid to more nimble handling as well as giving more feedback, whether the grip was good or otherwise. They'd be a wise upgrade for owners of the old bike too. From 900 cubic centimeters, 64 brake horsepower sounds uninspiring. Yet it doesn't feel that modestly endowed when you ride it. Thanks to 60 lb-ft of torque pumped out at just 3,800 RPM, with a lunging, long-stroke response right from the bottom that makes it feel like a bike of this capacity should. Yet, the smooth response and thudding, rather than revving delivery, mean it's still user-friendly, able to waft around without upsetting the chassis or nervier, inexperienced riders. It's a decent balance of modern convenience and efficiency, on which note, over 60 mpg/4.5 liters per 100 kilometers is the norm, entertaining punch and an element of classic character. The 270-degree crank phasing and carefully crafted exhaust give it a bassy exhaust note that puts a smile on your face every time you gas it up. There are two rider modes. Road is the normal, full power setting, with a rain mode that pegs power as well as making the ABS/traction control more conservative. We'd say only very inexperienced riders will need to engage rain and wet conditions, as it's manageable enough in road to deal with reduced grip of your own accord, and the rider aids still cut in without delay if you do misjudge a throttle/brake input. There are some quirks. The gearbox is 5-speed rather than the almost industry-standard 6 ratios, which means they're widely spaced to ensure top gear isn't too revvy at cruising speed. We'd say the opposite is true. Fourth is fine at 70 to 80 miles per hour, with fifth feeling like an overdrive. And there's often the sense that the jump between gears is too much for a bike with a shortish rev range. There were times I felt I was holding too many revs, only to change up and feel like it was lugging too much. It usually pulls anyway, just with less urgency and reduced fun factor. There's also not much engine braking, so you have to rely on the stoppers to manage your speed more, rather than rolling on and off the throttle to set appropriate pace on a winding road. The upside of that is that there's no nasty snatching when you transition from a closed throttle to open, contributing to a friendlier feel than some. A matter of preference, perhaps, but worth knowing. Detail and finish is high on the agenda for both Triumph and its customers. The development team proudly and rightly point out how there are no unsightly hoses, cables, or other ancillaries ruining the aesthetic of the faux vintage engine. Look forward to the dummy cooling fins, and you'll see a black radiator providing the real temperature management as discreetly as possible with the inlet/outlet.